We've all been affected by recent times where we can't get out the house and walk that distance, but we've heard about the tricks to make that egg distance happen without need to leave the house and do so. We've heard about the record player trick, the good old record player trick. Yeah, that works. I think it works. Does it work? I'm sure it does. I've seen many people talk about that one. Of course it works. Why wouldn't it? Surely that's the easiest way of doing stuff. Earning distance without actually leaving the house. Well, if that doesn't work, of course the sock trick works. I've seen many people do those on vlogs around the world. People with their sports socks. Mystic 7 does it for one. It obviously works. No injury can ever come to doing something as controlled as using a sports sock to gain false distance on these eggs. I think I'm right when I say that. I think I am.
And 46 minutes later.
Yet more disappointment.
The next day.
Well, if all else fails, and I'm not sure really why I thought this might work, especially as the sock didn't work, let's go back to straight old plain fashion safe catching. I've heard that throwing it up in the air randomly, whilst trying not to drop it, works the best. Surely this is the best way to get that distance. Surely.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Well, if ever there was a good time not to go out there and hatch eggs, it's right now. The rain is incessive. You can probably hear it above me talking to you, but we're going to show you how to do it. So record players don't work. Socks certainly might work, but you risk injuring yourself quite a lot. And then the catching thing, yeah, that is a reason not to go out there. Certainly doesn't work. So I'm going to let you guys into a secret of how we can get some distance on our eggs without actually having to walk and do it all from the comfort of your own house, which is what this is all about. So we're going to look at my eggs. I've done a bit of this before the vlog, before I did all the bits at the beginning, so we don't have to wait as long to do it, but it does happen quite quickly. So as you can see here, we're going to focus on the egg at the top right, 2.01 kilometres. Wow, it is heavy out there. Yes, this is going to give you guys the incentive to do this and not go out. Now let me add quickly, this is for Android users only. Please don't hate me, iOS will have similar devices that communicate. So that eggs at 2.01. Go into settings first of all, follow this step by step and make sure that Adventure Sync is very much switched on. I like the fact of in the warmth, you can hear that rain out there, it is absolutely hammering it down. So make sure that Adventure Sync is on. That's all we need to check in the game so far. We can close the game now. And we want to go into an app called Fit. Fit is here. This is the app that tracks the distance for your walking. Oh my goodness. That is heavy. We'll let it pass just a second. So on Fit you have numerous different settings to track exercise. It works on GPS movement. So you have to physically move. If you don't physically move, it won't work. However, there is a setting in Fit. If you put the plus and track workout, it is called treadmill walking. So you've got all the options here, choose activity, you've got walking, running, aerobics, all that stuff. You need to move to make that work on GPS. Treadmill walking, as the rain eases off, is the one which just focuses on motion, not actual movement. So we're going to start treadmill walking, and the counter's going to count down from 3 down to 1, and you're going to see it on the screen. I'm not going to speed this up. All I'm doing is shaking it like this, very much so. So what's your side profile? Whoa, as I nearly lose you there. What's your side profile of the phone? You can see it now. I'm doing this. It's a very gradual movement. In a minute, you're going to start to see the tracker. As I'm trying to watch it as I'm speaking to you guys, you're going to start to see it move. Trust me on this, it works a treat. Once you get the motion of it right, you'll start to see the distance clocking up quite quickly. Now we've got to do, I think it was 0.29 of a kilometre to get that egg to open. It's not always about the speed, mind you. It's about the motion that you get on the wrist. But as you can see on the screen, you can start to see the distance clocking up. Now your wrists will get tired, don't get me wrong. It's a very manual process of doing this. But the beauty is you're going to start to see how quickly we can get distance on the game. Now I showed this on one of my other vlogs. It didn't work that great, purely down to the signal actually, if I'm being honest with you. But you can see already we've done 0.1 of a kilometre. 0.1 of a kilometre already in about a minute. So that's cool. So if you've got all these eggs stacked up and you need to do a certain amount of distance on them, 2.3 kilometres of a super incubator on a 7-1 for this event that we've got at the moment, you can see how quickly you can do that. There are many other ways of sort of doing it. You say you can do the sports sock one. I mean, it does work, but there's a lot more exhaustion, I think, in doing that one. Now, as you can see here, we're already at 0.17. We're going to do the last bit, and then we're going to hatch this egg on it. But I wanted to show you this one, and I'm going to open up the game after we've calculated the distance that we've sort of done on this. And then you can see what happens then when you fire the game open. 0.21 already. I'm glancing at it as I watch you. You can see this on the screen. You can see the distance clocking up now. And hopefully you can see there's an advantage to doing this. And you go, actually, I've got an Android phone. I can see the benefit. I can find an iOS device, find a similar app that tracks distance that Adventure Sync connects to it. But that's the main thing. It uses this Fit app to track distance moved. So whenever you're doing it, and they've improved the functionality of Adventure Sync, it works better. We're already at 0.30. You can see very quickly in 2 minutes we've done 0.30 of a kilometre. I'm going to finish this at 0.31, 0.33 now. Stop it. So you hit stop, that bottom left button. You can see it calculated whirring away. Afternoon treadmill walk, it's done it. Hit the back arrow in the top left. And you see it calculate it and show you the distance round. That's done. Close the app down, closed it, and open up Pokémon Go again. And you're going to see what I mean by this, how quickly that distance is captured. And you have not got to go out there, walk about. Before this kicks in, you're going to sit in a minute, let the game fire. Let me know what you think about this one. Are you going to use this to your advantage when the weather's awful and you can't go out and do as much stuff as you normally would do? It's a real helpful tip for me. I learnt this one, I was showing it, and I wanted to share it with you guys and show you exactly how it works. I stumbled across it, modified it a bit. Here we go. So we hit OK, do the game, immediately, there you go, there's the egg. It's done the distance. So we're going to hatch this. It's a new event egg, could be a Alolan, could be Galarian. We're going to do it now. You can see that I haven't moved. I've not moved, and in what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes, we've done over 0.3 of a kilometre. I need that shiny, Alolan Sandshrew. And there you go. So then we're going to look at the eggs. Go Pokemon, go eggs, and look at that already. You can see that 0.3 has been added onto all those eggs that were there. And that is the really easy way of doing that distance. Well, I hope that helped you all. Smash a like if you really enjoyed this one. We had a bit of fun putting this one together in the rainy weather. It's not very nice at the moment. Ping the bell to make sure you guys get all the notifications on the channel. That'd be really, really cool. Don't want you guys to miss out on anything. Hope you enjoyed this. Just generally, if you stumbled across the channel, please consider subscribing. It'd be really good to have you on board. I'm Asphalt27. Thank you all for taking the time in your busy days and busy weeks and busy lives to check out this vlog. And hopefully there's something in there to help you all. Right. See you soon.